And expanding Governor Lee's school voucher program also expected to happen during the legislative session. Just 2 days after this year's application window opened, the program's already seeing overwhelming interest out there. More than 50,000 applications were submitted. That is both new applicants and renewals combined. But to put that number in perspective, there are 20,000 spots available. Last year, more than 42,000 applications were submitted. So about 7,500 more applied this year. That program providing about $7,300 per student. It is awarded on a first-come, first-served basis. Governor Lee says growing demand could push lawmakers to expand the program, potentially doubling its size. That would cost the state $144 million, but most state Democrats are opposed, warning the program favors wealthier families and could drain funding from public schools.